EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Back to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fielded at the 20. He spins free. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. First down, Mayfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. This is Hines. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Mayfield keeps himself upright. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot.
Now it's Hines. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They go play action here on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going, because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hey.
Mayfield off the play fake. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield now from the 50. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. He's trying to parlay that great performance last week, NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 2, into a great performance in Week 3.
And the way he was able to do it last week, he started off doing it again this week. Energy, the way he comes off the line of scrimmage, attacks the defense, sets them back on their heels, and he finds openings as a result.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Over the middle, it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try to run with Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of
And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Mayfield. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield, and the Panthers have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble. From what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
And they'll run it here. And his first carry, he loses the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on second down. Now they got to come up with something big here on third.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
4 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Uncorks one for Davis. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Space to maneuver at the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Hines. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Saints on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Here we go. 3-9.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Completes it to Dixon. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd down, Mayfield. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They run with Hines. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards on the ground. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll go with the keeper. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Nyheim Hines in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is now 14-10. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
All right, here we go. 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mayfield finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Over the middle, It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Needed 13, and with a good spot, they got 13 and a 1st down. Now they try the right side here. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gostkowski with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And a gain there of 11 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They run again with Hines. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Detroit!
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield now. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Panthers coming out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Gun! Hurry up, here we go! Blue, land it!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Lucky 56. Leopard!
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
him.
No
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. The Saints on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
To shake off the interception from the last drive, he'll look to throw.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And they'll go on the ground. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now a toss play. It's Hines spinning away. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. And that has to drive a coach crazy.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot!
And on the ground they go with a running back. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Back to throw here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hot!
And they'll run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McGee. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Here's Hines on the toss play. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They go play action. Mayfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. The Panthers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Set. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Gun. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for New Orleans,